TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome in to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM morning show. Before we get going with this great conversation, let's thank our sponsors that make it possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. It's FFA week, and this marks the start of our FFA interviews. Very excited to have the Morrisonville chapter of FFA in our studio today. We have Tessa Sachs and Sydney Polian. How are you guys doing today?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for being in here, guys. Let's start with some general information here. We need some titles, and we need to know what you guys do over there at FFA. So we'll start with Tessa. What is your title over there?
Yeah, so I kind of encompass everything. So I'm the Morrisonville FFA president. So I am in charge of the chapter in all areas. I plan meetings, stuff like that. Then I'm the Section 19 president. So I'm in charge of 13 schools around this area, just running all of that stuff. And then also being a section president, I'm on the state officer team. So I'm a minor state officer, and I run everything on the state level as well. So I kind of do encompass everything. But
wow, a full yes. schedule there for you, Tessa. That's unbelievable. And I want to dive into all of that and kind of managing 13 chapters as Section 19 president.
Yes.
We're going to dig into that a little bit. Miss Sydney Polian, talk to us about your title.
I am our chapter vice president. So when Tessa's not there or when she's busy with section stuff, I take over and help her out. And I'm also our section secretary. So I help Tessa work with those 13 schools.
Awesome. So you're probably needed on a day-to-day basis
yes.
because Tessa's going to be out and you're kind of picking up the slack for there. That's really awesome, guys. So talk to me a little bit about Section 19 president there. It's a lot of responsibility, and there's one person kind of overseeing operations in 13 schools. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so I oversee a lot of schools south of here. So we have career development events. They're just events all throughout the year. I go to all of those, hand out ribbons, help with that, run stuff like that. I plan a leadership training school. We did that in the fall, and where all the schools come and the kids get excited about the year, and they just, play games and just really understand what FFA is about. Planning a banquet right now, do stuff for the state. It's just a lot of stuff, but it's a lot of fun.
That is really awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me the years you guys were elected into these positions. Was it just this year?
Yes. So I got my position in June at state convention for section president, and then chapter we got elected in April of last year.
Okay.
But,
both of you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Very cool right there. And for your titles, we're kind of already talking about what you do. Secretary, Sydney, talk to me a little bit about that position.
So when we have meetings, I'm there to help make decisions and stuff. And I keep check of books when certain officers aren't there and just help Tess out, really is what I do.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So we're talking a little bit before this about all the activities and operations that happen with Morrisonville FFA. You listed off quite a few, but one of the big factors that you guys think about a lot is career development and those events that go along with that. So talk to me a little bit about what you guys get the kiddos involved with and just looking into their FFA careers.
So CDEs kind of involve everything, whether it's public speaking that we just had that recently, job interview, and then on more ag side, they do dairy foods, livestock judging, stuff like that. So it's just FFA is not just about animals like a lot of people think. It helps you in all areas of life, and just getting those kids excited about those competitions and make them better for themselves. That's how a lot of us grow in FFA, is through those CDEs, and you get to meet friends, so it's even better. But just participating in those really helps develop you, really, and it's a lot of fun.
That's really awesome. And Tessa's a senior, Sydney is a junior, and as a junior, just 1 year younger, but do you see that kind of career development really taking place, and have you felt it in yourself in your career development?
Yes, I have. If it wasn't for me going CDEs, I would not have broken out of my shell, and I probably would not be vice president or secretary right now.
Wow. When do those CDEs start as a school child? Is that elementary school? When does that get going?
So a lot of schools have a middle school chapter. So it's called Discovery. So you don't really compete, but you still get to partake in it. But most of them start as freshmen in high school, and they go all the way to senior.
Very, very cool. That is really awesome. So we're talking about career development events and kind of what pertains to the entire FFA as a whole. It's all about leading you guys to the next part of your life. And you guys already have a bit of an idea of what we want to do. I think I'd love to move to that, because this is the FFA, and probably your previous life experiences have all led you into your future career expeditions there. So it's going to be really fun. Talk to me, Tessa, about what your plans are in the future.
So actually, FFA got me started. We had these thing called record books, and I didn't know what to do mine over. And I decided to start a miniature miniature cattle business. And I started that, and then that got me a love for animals. And so now I'm going to transfer to Oklahoma State University in the fall to major in animal science.
Wow, that is really amazing right there. And Sydney, you got something going on.
I do. I am taking college courses with Julia, Ag Economics, and I absolutely love it. And after high school, I plan on majoring in ag business and taking it from there.
Really cool. So two different kind of sides of agriculture right there that we're getting to look at. That's really exciting. And all of the stuff you guys are doing right now, it's all just really helping towards that career development. That is really awesome. Talk to me a little bit about some of the other FFA events that you guys hold throughout the year. You mentioned a petting zoo earlier. When does that appear?
Yeah, so that's in April. Kids from our chapter bring their animals, or people from the community bring their animals, and the grade school kids come over and get to see them and get excited about what's to come in high school and the FFA. And it's just a day full of agriculture and just loving what it is and teaching it to others. And it's honestly my favorite part of FFA week. So.
That's awesome.
I love it. I think the chaos of getting your livestock ready in the morning to take into school is so worth it when you see all the smiles on the kids' faces.
Totally. Yeah. That is awesome. The petting zoo there. It's in April, so we got to wait a little bit for that, but that's really fun. A little off topic here. Were you guys at the big FFA convention in Indianapolis this year?
Yes, I actually got to be a national delegate this year. And that was like the craziest experience ever, like meeting people from all over the world. And just, it was the best experience ever. But yeah, that's my favorite event in FFA actually, because it just brings people together. Our state theme this year is United as One. And that's just, it really partook when we went this year to Indy, and we just met so many people and got to build those relationships with other state officers and members. And it was amazing.
I love it. Sydney, what was your experience?
I love National Convention. Yeah. Just the sea of blue jackets. It is insane, the amount of kids there and people that you meet. I love it.
Yeah. As we were kind of talking before, I'm new to the FFA thing. When I was watching videos of, it was like 80,000 FFA members, or a crazy number, and the sea of navy blue jackets, it was unbelievable to see that. And what a great week that was. A national delegate. That must have been very cool, because that's one of the other really cool things about the convention is that it's from all over the world. Talk to me a little bit about some of those conversations.
Yeah, so I was in the committee of affiliation. So we discussed like what it means, like what should you do to be an FFA, and like the states, and what should it cost and everything. And it kind of like opened up my eyes to the behind the scenes that everything goes on, because like you're having these meetings, these discussions, and you're making like life decisions for the FFA and the kids that are going to be in it. And it was honestly the best experience ever. And being in those committees and the meeting and meeting the national CEO of FFA and just talking to them and having those experiences with those people, like that's what grows you in the organization. And yeah, it was amazing.
That is really awesome right there. And we're talking right now about the FFA International Convention, we'll call it, in Indianapolis, Indiana. Just such a great experience that must have been for all of you guys right there. Now, I'm kind of running close to the end of our first segment here of the WTIM morning show with the Morrisonville FFA chapter. I've loved it so far. It's FFA week. You guys got plenty of things going on. Talk to me a little bit about the days of FFA weeks. They're themed days. There's always things going on.
Yeah. So we have dress up days, dress like a farmer, whatever, stuff like that. USA Day. We do a pancake breakfast for our teachers, our members, anybody who donates to that. That's a lot of fun. Again, we do the petting zoo. What else did he?
Usually we do like a car truck show. Ooh, and they go out and they judge like the newest car, the oldest car, the cleanest, the dirtiest. I remember one is the one with the most air fresheners in it. That's one. Okay. That's one of my favorites.
I love it. I love it. These are all fun days, and they really get the community involved and just kind of bring light to the FFA and what you guys are doing, because it's a yearly program, yearly events and programmings, and it's always busy with you guys. So I appreciate you guys taking the time coming in with us today. We did some FFA trivia on our WTIM trivia contest. If you tune into that, I got a trivia question for you guys. If you can answer it, I hope so. The official motto for the FFA, the official mission statement, it's like to something. Do you guys know that?
It's learning to do, doing to earn, learning to live, and living to serve.
There it is. All right, we got it. They answered the WTIM trivia contest question correctly. We're going to take ourselves a little break. We're sitting down right now with the Morrisonville chapter of the FFA with Tessa Sachs and Sydney Polian. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM morning show. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Your information station, WTIM.
Illinois corn farmers are proud to support the youth in local FFA chapters all across our state by sponsoring an officer vehicle, hosting the major officers and section presidents to Washington, D.C. in the summers, and more. This FFA week, notice Illinois agriculture and the young people in your communities that are making a difference. FFA students, we're proud of you. This message brought to you by the Illinois Corn Checkoff.
This is Darian Norville with Central Commodity FS bringing you What's Next. And here at FS, we believe that is supporting agriculture's bright future. So happy National FFA Week to all past, present, and future agriculture professionals whose success sprouted from their local chapter. Best wishes from your proud supporters at Central Commodity Farmers Supply Company.
Need financing for new equipment, land purchasing, or operating expenses? Give the folks at CNB Bank and Trust a call. Named one of the top 25 agriculture loan producers in the nation, CNB is proud of their strong background in ag lending. They consistently open doors for farmers. Stop by any of CNB Bank and Trust convenient locations or visit cnbil.com. Helping to open doors since 1854. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Shelby Electric Cooperative is a not-for-profit, member-owned electric distribution cooperative headquartered in Shelbyville with an outpost in Taylorville. The cooperative serves approximately 10,000 members in all or parts of 9 counties. Even though Shelby Electric is fortunate to serve businesses, industries, and subdivisions, it was formed by farmers over 80 years ago. Hi, I'm Marla. As National Ag Week is celebrated this month, we would like to say thank you to all the farmers we serve who feed the world. Thank you.
When you say, I want a compact can-do tractor, we say Farmall can do it. The Case IH Farmall 25SC subcompact tractor is a smarter, simpler, all-purpose machine that combines the utility and durability of a larger tractor with an intuitive, compact design. Plus, with its clear-through, no-clutter operating platform and simple cruise control features, you'll get adaptable performance and no-worry maintenance, all in one convenient package. Need a compact tractor? Talk to Jenner Ag in Taylorville at 217-287-7411 about what the Case IH Farmall 25SC subcompact tractor can do for you.
Join me, Kirby Kasner, every Monday morning from 8:40 till 10 a.m. on the new WTIM Morning Show live from the lobby of People's Bank and Trust in Pana. Tune in on all of WTIM's platforms for the new WTIM Morning Show from Pana, Mondays from 8:40 till 10 a.m.
Brought to you by our title sponsor, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, along with Pizza Man, Noren's Hardware, your Pana Save-A-Lot, Whiskey Bill Saloon and Liquor Emporium, the City of Pana, and Locked and Loaded Limited.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Before we move forward with this great interview with Morrisonville FFA, we're going to thank the sponsors that make it possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. We have Tessa Sachs, the president of Morrisonville FFA and Section 19 president. We learned what that was. And Sydney Polian, secretary and vice president of Morrisonville FFA. Once again, thank you guys so much for being here with me.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So we're going to jump right back into it and talk about the effects of being an FFA member and what it's done for you as your career in high school, what it's going to do moving forward. So, I mean, just talk to me a little bit about what that feels to be an FFA member.
Yeah, it's truly the best organization, I say. It's the biggest student-led organization, so it's all about the kids. And it's grown me so much. I was the freshman who sat in the corner and didn't talk to anybody at the FFA events, and now I'm like leading the state and leading the section and leading our chapter and just leading all of it. And it truly changes you in the best way possible. But yeah, I would definitely say FFA, it gets you excited to learn more. It gets you excited to grow yourself. But that's definitely my favorite part.
That's awesome.
Like Tessa, I was the freshman sitting in the corner, and now I'm our chapter vice president and section secretary. And I feel like it's just a really big family. You call your other members your brothers and sisters. And if it wasn't for those other members breaking me out of my shell, then I don't know where I'd be right now. It has given me so many amazing opportunities.
I feel like I hear that all the time. You start as a quiet freshman. A lot of people start as a quiet freshman. There's a lot of things going on in high school. There's a lot of new things to get privy to right there. But I feel like FFA really had a way for you guys to just jump right into things. Then you're involved with a big group of the student-led organization, and it follows with school, and you guys are kind of melded in with everything. That is really awesome. So a message for a future FFA member, they're wanting to do it. They're going to be an incoming freshman. They're a little nervous. What would you tell to them?
I would say dive deep into every single opportunity, because maybe public speaking doesn't sound like something fun to you, or going to a dairy judging CDE, but if you take your step out of the comfort zone and actually make yourself comfortable in those situations, you're going to thank yourself so much for doing that, and it'll grow you so much. But yeah, I would say just get out of your comfort zone and just, take part in every single opportunity, because there's so many out there, as we talked about. But
take every single chance you get. You are going to meet so many people. You might meet your best friend through a CDE. And I feel like if you don't take those chances, you will regret it.
Sure. Yeah. Going to a dairy judging CDE sounds fun to me. I don't know what they're talking about right there. That's pretty fun. With those CDEs, we talked about them earlier. They're career development events, and they're sprinkled throughout the year here for Morrisonville FFA. And it's another big one of their initiatives. Another big one is a food drive you guys hold throughout the year. Tell me about this.
So we are doing a food drive through Springfield Plastics right now, and we have won it for the past
lot of years,
5 or so years. And we just started it this week, and we're actually so it's through the ag classes that we have at our high school. And whichever class brings in the most canned goods for our food pantry will get a reward.
Wow. Okay. You guys said you've been successful in this the past few years at least. And when you say you win, that's poundage of food. You guys had the most pounds.
From surrounding areas.
Sure. Okay. That is awesome. Just canned donations right there for the food drive. And you mentioned it's Springfield what? What is the?
Springfield Plastics.
Okay. Interesting. And then all those are just going out to Springfield Plastics, and you guys are helping out with a food drive. What does that look like in terms of marketing that? How do you let the community know about it?
We have social media, so we post on social media, put flyers around the grade school, high school, junior high, which is one building, but just letting the kids know and get them excited. That's why we do the rewards, like pizza parties and stuff like that, because if it gets them excited, then we can help more people because they bring in more food. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we were talking a little bit during the break about it is a smaller community of Morrisonville High School, so probably a little bit easier on the marketing side. Tell me some of the positives of going to a smaller school like that, and especially with FFA and getting kids involved.
Everybody by name, all your teachers, and the background of kids. And so that kind of helps you push them into, because what they're comfortable with, and how to get them excited and how to get them involved. But truly, I think it's just knowing everybody and making those connections and helping them grow as they're helping you grow.
Sure.
I love it. I feel like it is so easy to reach out and get kids involved when, like Tessa said, what they're interested in, what their backgrounds are.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Sydney, you're just a junior here, and Tessa's a senior. Are you looking to maybe extend to maybe president next year? Do you have an outlook on that?
I do have a plan to extend to president next year and take over another section office.
I love it, and best of luck to you in that process. Absolutely, that's we're wishing you the best of luck here, and I'm hoping. You got a great leader here in Tessa. It seems. Talk to me a little bit about that. Tessa's got a lot of responsibilities there, and sometimes it's been handed off to you to take care of some things as Tessa's busy. So, have you been taking to that easily, that responsibility?
I actually don't mind it. I know, as being a section officer, I see how busy Tessa is. It's insane. Kudos to her for everything that she does. But really, I don't mind taking over, planning for banquet and T-shirts and stuff like that.
Sure, awesome. In our last couple of minutes here, just favorite moments in your time of FFA. We'll go to Tessa and to Sydney. Tessa, some of your favorite moments that just stick out to you during your time with Morrisonville FFA.
I would say the state, being a part of the state office. And I would say last month, I went around the entire state and we put on these called Green Hand conferences. So it's for freshmen. And I was a group leader for 25 kids to 5 or 6 conferences, and just getting the notes that say, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I want to grow in FFA now because of this. And just having those inspiring moments where they're like, thank you for what you are doing, and you inspire me. It's really changed the way I do things, and it's I'm working for somebody else, and this is for them, and I'm trying to grow this organization because they're the next generation of it. And that's definitely my favorite moment, is doing those conferences and getting kids excited because they're freshmen and they don't really know. A lot of them show up really nervous, and by the end we're best friends and hugging and whatever. But awesome. It's a lot of fun, and that's definitely been my favorite part recently.
My favorite moment was going around as a section officer doing chapter visits with Tessa and 2 of our major state officers. I went to so many different schools, met so many different teachers and kids, and had genuine conversations with these kids that 2 years ago, looking back, I never thought, I'd be having a conversation with this kid from Pana.
Right, right. I get it completely, guys. And we're already out of time here, but we have enough time to plug the Morrisonville FFA social media if you want to throw it out there.
It's just more simple FFA on all platforms.
Easy,
but
all
yes.
platforms. And thank you so much to Tessa Sachs and Cindy Polian. Thank you guys so much for coming in
Thank
today.
you.
Absolutely. That's been the first edition of our FFA Week segments right here on WTIM, your information station. Thanks so much to the sponsors of the broadcast, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. My name is Tim Zalabak, and you are listening to WTIM, your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.